I knew I wasn't going to be going out into the yard and work this week. I just had to go out, get out, literally get out and do something. Sweat.
Hey, my people. Well, a few weeks ago I went on a solo camping trip and I filmed, like I do. The first video of this was an experiment with a nonverbal style focusing on pure ambience of the experience and simply demonstrating what I ended up doing. I like videos like that because it kind of removes personality while portraying the experience. I'll put a link in the upper right here, in the video's description, and at the end. But this is my blathering version, with lots of notations and overexposure to my dashing countenance. To get to this place, I have to come by night, lest I lose the spot to more local people in the day. I drive about a mile in, and then pack my crap out about 150 yards to the spot. Again, thanks for coming on, and I hope you stay with me as I share my thoughts on what, for me, was a 5-star solo hammock camping trip on a creek. It was great.
So I lost light while I was setting up the hammock, and my damn headlight quit on me. I swear I put new batteries or freshly charged batteries in there last night. Anyway, I'm sitting here in the rapidly darkening woods, sitting in a camp chair, nursing a beer, letting the sweat evaporate off me. My tactic of coming into this spot at night paid off once again. Very cool. It's been a pretty active night with the night creatures. You know, a while ago I had whippoorwills all around and stuff, and frogs croaking. And now I got all these. Oh, I got a loon. I don't know if you can hear that. I wish this recorder was stereo, because man, it's all around. It sounds so cool. So I've been sitting here, no fire. Usually I don't like not having a fire, but I am quite enjoying it. Eyes get used to the starlight after about a half an hour. And it's surprising how much you can see. You know, it's still low light, but yeah, it's surprising how much you can see. And I mean, your eyes still play tricks on you a little bit. But I really can't believe how comfortable I am right now. I'm not sweating anymore. I'm not hot. I've got a thermometer with me that's showing that it's about 80 degrees. It's floating at about 80 degrees, and I'm perfectly comfortable. It's very still. Once in a while, it's just faintest breath of a breeze. So yeah, I'm just really comfortable and content right now. Just, yeah, you know. Anyway, back to light and the fire. It makes you blind to the night, and your headlamps and your camp illumination makes you blind to the night. And sometimes it's very good just to sit with the night. got was Mountain House scrambled eggs and bacon. I think I put a couple ounces too much of water in that. It was a little runny. I don't really know what time it is. I'd say maybe about 7:30. Before it gets too warm, I'm going to get out and see if I can cut some poles. I want to set this up in more of a porch mode. And I gotta have a clothesline gear line hanging up here. I want to make some pegs for that. It's a little bit of mild bushcraft this morning. Just sitting here, not moving very much, enjoying my cold brew. It's just a little over 70 degrees. I'm sweating already. It's got to be the coffee. I mean, I know it's humid, but it's got to be the coffee. It's okay.
So I had somebody in the comments, criticize me once because I took a machete to, knock off a couple of branches. Well, I'm obviously preaching leave no trace. If you go into a woodland and you take out some dead standing wood for your fire, you're leaving a trace. You're actually affecting the natural, cycles of the natural area that you're in. I suppose what I'm after is, is not leaving trash around, leaving the place better than what you found it, and certainly not like stripping huge areas of bark off pine trees so you can, get some damn pine sap, to play bushcraft with or whatever. I have nothing to answer for by taking out a single solitary trunk from a plant that was still healthy and will still continue to grow to practice a little bit of bushcraft. Trolls will be trolls, whatever. So take care when you're splitting these sticks that you don't split them all the way through. You only want to split them part of the ways to create effective pegs for your drying line. And even if you mess up, it's not fatal. Still use the same technique. If you insert a small twig between the split or into your partial split, and then create a wrap really tightly around the back end of that twig, you'll at least have a tight fulcrum to use. This, however, is not quite optimum. If you have a partial split, then you can use the strength of your twig itself. You'll get effective pegs in the end if you do it right, even if you split it all the way through. No big deal.
Yeah, so I was sitting here doing my little bushcraft project, and I noticed the sky is getting darker earlier, and I also couldn't help but to notice the cool breezes that were hitting me. I knew this was coming. So I got everything under the tarp already. I'm cool. Hearing thunder and stuff earlier too. Anyway, here it is. That's what rain lasted, maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. The sun gradually came back out again. And then I've been doing my little projects until I'm like blinded with sweat, and then I sit down and try to stop sweating. And pretty mellow day so far. Did not expect that rain. We're in the middle of this heat wave. High pressure system is really not supposed to be any significant rain. It's hot, but it's not getting quite as hot as I thought it was going to be. You know, I've talked about it before, but you know, I do consider myself kind of a heat wussy. For a long time, I've either been doing yard work, you know, at my place, or I have just been binge watching stuff. You know, I mean, so many choices. You know, of course, you know, cable TV sucks, but you know, Netflix, Amazon Prime, that's basically what I use, and YouTube. One thing I've noticed is my experience with YouTube is changing, and I think it might be for a lot of people too. I don't know if you've noticed it in yourselves, or you might have felt it in your channel, but yeah, I watch most of my stuff on smart TV now. You know, I realize most people watch this stuff on their phone. You know, YouTube's built for, you know, a browser interface, but yeah, but I've been watching it through the interface provided by my smart TV, a big old 60-inch TV. The problem with that interface is that it's hard. It's dark. I don't think it's possible to leave comments. You can thumbs up or thumbs down. Yeah, you can't read or leave comments. So, you know, if there are people out there that are used to hearing from me, you know, in the comment section, you know, that's why, because I'm sitting in front of a TV with no keyboard, and I just can't give feedback. I'd like to know if anybody else has experienced any like slump in comments or interaction or something like that. Because I think you can do just as well with, you know, a phone, iPhone or Android, but not with TVs. And that's the way I'm consuming most of my stuff now. And I've been doing a lot of it. I knew I wasn't going to be going out into the yard and work this week. I just had to go out, literally get out and do something. Sweat. Stop watching a screen. Watch a creek for about 36 hours. You know? I don't know if you've noticed any difference in the look or the sound of this video. I'd be curious to know, because I'm shooting this on the camera that I started YouTube with back in 2014. It was out of commission for a while, and I decided to fix it and get it back into commission just to have it, because I liked it. It'd be interesting to note the footage comparisons. Give me a comment too if this looks different than my usual stuff. I've been shooting mostly on my Canon Vixia. This is a Canon SX160IS. That's what this is. An old camera, but it was kind of like supposed to be a transitional camera between like a point and shoot and a DSLR. So it's got some pretty advanced features. I need to go swimming. Need to go swimming sometime. Got to make a plan for drying my clothes though. That feels good. That feels good as hell. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Let's sit in this shady spot here. Do a little nude wading. Sit in this shade here. And see how that feels. Oh boy. Oh boy. You know, it's not crazy hot. It's just that I sweat a lot. And it's annoying. Cooling down a little bit helps me not sweat a lot. I thought this is probably the best option. I think I'm right. That's the way to cool down. I got back to camp, and I've been chilling for a while. And yeah, I'm still cool. Man, it's cooled down out here too. That's when it decided to cool down. It's not even, can't be much higher than 70 degrees right now. It's amazing. You know, there's a lot of noise happening behind me there.
So this part's kind of funny. I don't know if you caught that, but when I went out into the water, and it was the middle of the afternoon, I decided I was pretty much alone. I took off all my clothes, went out there skinny, and I came back. The cloudburst happened, and these people walked up on me while I was still in the skinny. Fortunately, I was positioned as such that my modesty was preserved, but I think it's pretty funny anyway.
Okay, I got a little camp hack for you. You know how these chairs, these camp chairs will sink into the ground, you know? You gotta keep moving them around and stuff. Anyway, this is what you do. You put your legs inside your boots. So at least you don't have two legs that are sinking. And you don't even have to put them on the right side. No one's judging. Anyway, it's a hack. Okay, so that was this. My advice with that is don't use 1 1/4 cup. Only use a cup of water at the most. And soak it for twice as long. Tastes really good. Make that preparation adjustment. Yeah, you're onto something. Good job. Well, I'm out of practice. Yeah, I'm no Brad from As the Crow Flies hiking, that's for sure. Even though I'm doing something completely different than he does, or trying to. Musically, I'm trying to do something that's completely out of my wheelhouse, my usual wheelhouse, what I've traditionally done. It's a different type of playing, for sure. Speaking of which, Brad, if you're watching, which you're probably not, you're too busy making videos, lots of them. Really enjoy your music work in your videos. Really enjoy your output generally. Just you're fun to watch. You go a lot of cool places, and you really narrate it well. So I appreciate you. So the sun's coming back out today. That's nice. Looks like we're getting a late spring. I call it river meringue. We have dislodged fromage. It's on the run. It's on the run.
Well, I've had a good time here, even though the site came with a little bit of emotional baggage I wasn't sure how I'd deal with. I had a real good time, and I really appreciate it if you watched this video all the way through. If you did, please click on the like button, give me a comment or something like that. Just want to remind you, I got a couple of different questions possibly for any of the viewers, either as YouTube creators or as viewers. How has technology changed how you experience YouTube? Your various devices that you use and TVs and whatnot, because they're all different and they all have limitations. Most of them do, some of them do. Anyway, has that made a difference in your viewing? Has that made a difference in your comment section or anything like that? That would be interesting to know. Secondly, I did some filming on an old camera, one that I started with. I thought was pretty good back in the day. I got it refurbed and just have it as an auxiliary now. And I'm trying to find its place in what I do. Let me know how that footage looked. Did it look like a potato? It would be interesting comparing it to what I'd done previously. And what is that foamy stuff that forms in rivers and stuff? I mean, is that like toxic waste? Is that like natural biological substance? Is that people the next landing jettisoning their washing machines out into the river? What do you think it is? I know there's somebody out there. Tell me something. It doesn't stink. There's no smell or anything like that. Water's as nice as it can be.